What if I told you the Golden State Warriors are crafting something far bigger than a superstar trade? While everyone's focused on the superstar market, the Golden State Warriors are quietly engineering something much greater, a revolution, as silent as it is brilliant, one that could redefine not only the franchise's future, but the entire competitive landscape of the NBA over the next 5 years. Golden State Hoop Family. And today, we're diving into the deepest analysis we've ever done on the strategic moves unfolding behind the scenes at Chase Center. Because while the media speculates about obvious trade, the Warriors are playing 4D chess. Remember what happened in 2019? Everyone thought the Warriors were done after Klay and Durant went down. The result? A championship in 2022. And now in 2025, they're being underestimated again. And that, my friends, is exactly where they want to be. The hidden genius. Behind the numbers, Stephen Curry just turned 37. But here's what nobody is talking about. His advanced metric from the 2024-25 season tell a completely different story than the tired decline narrative some are trying to sell. True shooting percentage, 65.3%, third best of his career. Box plus minus, +7.8, better than his 3-year average. Win shares per 48, 0.218, absolute elite. Now here's the mind-blowing twist. Curry isn't trying to carry the team by himself anymore. He's evolving into something few superstars ever achieve, a definitive facilitator who can still explode at any moment. The Curry evolution theory. I've spoken with sources close to the organization, who I obviously can't name, and the plan is far more sophisticated than we imagined. Curry is being prepared for a transition that will extend his prime for another 4 to 5 years. How? By becoming the Dirk Nowitzki of point guard, a maestro who doesn't need to dominate the ball to dominate the game. The numbers ESPN won't show you in games where Curry touches the ball fewer than 80 times. Warriors win 78%. His catch-and-shoot efficiency is up 12% from last season. Individual defensive rating has improved by 8 points. Yet Curry is defending better at 37. Why everyone is wrong about KDA. Here comes the take that will split opinions. Kevin Durant not only could come back to Golden State, he need to. And not for the sentimental reasons you might think. The brutal math in Phoenix. Durant in Phoenix is stuck in a vicious cycle. Salary cap hell for 3 more seasons. Zero flexibility for roster improvement. A shrinking championship window. Bradley Beal contract is virtually unmovable. Meanwhile, the Warriors have developed something revolutionary. A system that maximizes veteran stars without overloading them physically. The master plan. Revealed. An exclusive source inside the organization confirmed a 3-phase plan for Durant's return. Phase 1. Now deck 2025. Build rapport through coincidences. Joint summer workout. Public appearances. Rebuilding the public image. Phase 2. Jean-Mar 2026. Indirect negotiations via agent. Exploring exit scenarios from Phoenix that don't make KD look like he's quitting again. Phase 3. Offseason 2026. Execute a multi-team trade where Golden State absorb part of Durant's salary in exchange for future assets. The financial genius Joe Lacob isn't just a billionaire. He's a numbers genius. Let's do the math. Durant at 38 will still put up 25 plus PPG on 50% plus efficiency. His impact on merch sales and viewership alone could cover half his salary. The Curry plus Durant plus Green window, at least 2 more seasons. The defensive revolution. Forget what you think you know about Jimmy Butler. At 35, he's not chasing one last contract. He's chasing a legacy. And there's only one place that can offer it. Golden State. Why? Butler is the perfect piece. Veteran. Leadership. Curry is the maestro. Butler is the locker room general. Defensive. Versatility. Can guard 1 to 4. Freeing Draymond for roaming defense. Clutch factor. 47% FG in final 5 minutes of 1 possession game. Finals experience. He knows what it takes to win on the biggest stage. The trade that changes everything. Imagine this. The Warriors send Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody, multiple picks, and take on Miami's bad contract in return for Butler and Tyler Herro. Immediate impact. Elite perimeter defense. Reliable secondary playmaker. Vocal leadership that complements Curry, proven under playoff pressure. Butler's projected stats in the Warriors system. 19 PPG, 6 RPG, 5 APG, 38% from 3 thanks to the Warriors system. Defensive rating projected at 108. Elite. The silent transformation. Draymond Green at 35 isn't the explosive player he was in 2016. He's something even more valuable now. A real-time basketball professor. A defensive coordinator thinking 3 plays ahead. Stats that prove his evolution. Assist to turnover ratio 2.8, best in 4 years. Defensive IQ metric 97th percentile in the league. Leadership impact. Play team 7 net rating when on the floor. The succession plan. Internal sources say Green is being groomed for a gradual transition. 2025 to 26. 28 to 30 minutes per game. Focus on critical moment. 2026-27. Hybrid player coach role. Mentoring young talent. 2027 plus. Full-time transition to coaching staff. Why this is genius. Preserves his body for the playoff. Develops the next generation of Warriors. Maintains cultural continuity within the franchise. How the Warriors are hacking the system. Here's the secret view. Analysts have grasped the Warriors aren't just building a team for 2025-26. They're building a sustained excellence machine that can run through 2030. The revolutionary math scenario: A. Status quo, current payroll, $176 luxury tax, $89 total, $260 for a team that might not survive the first round. Scenario B. The Warriors revolution: Durant trade taking on $35, Butler trade taking on $45, shedding $28 in non-productive contract, total payroll $195 with $125 in luxury tax. Result: a super team for under $320. The genius of Joe Lacob projected ROI with Durant plus Butler 340% revenue increase, $180 million annually. Championship probability jumps from 8% to 35%. Jonathan Kuminga, the secret asset. While everyone's focused on the stars, 22-year-old Kuminga has quietly become the Warriors' most valuable asset. Why? Positional versatility. Can play 2 through 4 in small ball lineup. Unlimited upside. Still just scratching the surface of his potential trade value. Worth a proven all-star in today's market. Team control. 2 years left on rookie contract. Moses Moody, the late bloomer. Plot twist: Moody isn't a bust. He was being developed for a specific role that's finally starting to make sense. Hidden metric: corner 3-point percent, 44.7%, top 10 in the NBA. Defensive versatility: can effectively guard position. 1 wild 3 basketball IQ, 89th percentile in decision making. Brandon Pojemski, the future. This kid isn't just a role player, he's Chris Paul 2.0 in the making. Analytical projection: peak projection 15.8 assists, 42% from 3 franchise player potential, 67%. Analytic firms timeline: all-star level by 2027. How the Warriors are controlling the narrative. Here's what you did realize: every leak about trade rumor, every Draymond podcast quote, every Curry public appearance, it's all part of a psychological warfare campaign. The 3-layer plan. Layer 1: misinformation. Leak interest in player they're not really targeting. Create smokescreens to hide real negotiation. Make other teams waste time chasing ghosts. Layer 2: pressure building. Force Phoenix to act. On Durant pressure. Miami on Butler's future. Create a market-wide sense of urgency. Layer 3: execution. Strike while other teams are disorganized. Multiple simultaneous moves. Lock in advantages before the competition can react. How it will all go down. Exclusive timeline: December 2025. First moves to clear salary cap space. Trade non-essential contract for draft pick. Start Durant talk via intermediary. January-February 2026. Butler trade talk. Ramp up Phoenix. Durant situation hits breaking point. Warriors run test trade to gauge market. March 2026. Trade deadline: simultaneous multi-team trade. Durant plus Butler acquisitions. Roster completely retooled. April-June 2026. Championship run with new core master plan validation set up for dynasty extension. How this will change the NBA forever. For competitive balance, other super teams will be forced to respond. Talent acquisition. Arms race. Possible NBA rule changes on team building. For player movement, veterans will prioritize culture over money. Warriors become a top destination. Again, power shift from players back to franchises. For the business model, revenue sharing could be challenged. Luxury tax rules may be revised. Small market teams will demand changes. Success factor: leadership. Structure: Curry as floor general, Butler as emotional leader, Durant as the closer, Green as defensive coordinator. Skill complementarity: each player filling specific gaps. Experience factor: 4 players with multiple finals appearances. Organizational excellence: Warriors have proven they can integrate superstars successfully. Perfect timing: competitive window aligns with contract situation. Super team statistical projection: regular season record 58-24, offensive rating 122.5, historic defensive rating 108.2, top 3, championship probability 42%. Why this is bigger than basketball? What the Warriors are planning transcends sport. It's a masterclass in strategic thinking, resource management, and vision execution. Curry at 37 could enter a second prime. Durant could redeem his legacy. Butler might finally get his ring as the lead guy. Green could cement his legacy as one of the greatest defenders ever. But more importantly, the Warriors could prove that dynasties don't have to die. They can reinvent themselves. The final question. The question isn't if this will happen, it's when. And based on everything we've broken down today, my projection is the first moves begin this December. Think I'm crazy? Think this is impossible? Remember, in 2016, everyone said 73 wins was impossible. In 2017, they said Kevin Durant would never come to Golden State. In 2022, they said the Warriors would never win another championship. History tends to repeat itself in Golden State, and this time, it might be the greatest story of all. If you believe this revolution is coming, drop a in the comment. If you think I'm delusional, hit me with a, but don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video, because when it all goes down, you'll want to say you were here from the very beginning.